Business, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. Welcome back to the show, and thank you so much for joining us today at Business Talk Radio. I'm your host, Joey Cipps, and I'm really excited about this next one, you guys, because I had the pleasure of hosting our next guest in one of our quicker interviews. She's been with Jill, which is another extraordinary asset to our team, and now I get to host her once again, and I'm really looking forward to a wonderful show. And speaking of wonderful show, if you want to chime in the conversation, give us a call while we're live at 631-569-4576. Again, that's 631-569-4576. We'd love to hear from you. With that being said, we're going to take a little ride up north, everybody. That's right. We're going to Canada. We're going to the greater Toronto area. We're going to Ontario. Yeah, you could already hear her in the background. She's ready to go. This is her show. She's ready. She's the founder and CEO, everybody, of Connected Human, which we're going to dive into, give you a little overview of what that is, what it's all about, and then we're going to dive into our topics. She is a registered holistic nutritionist and a life and performance mindset coach. She does a little bit of everything, everybody. She's all over. She's got a lot of things going on. But here she is, and I'd love to welcome her back to the show, Ms. Francesca Ortepi. What's up, Francesca? Welcome back.
Thank you so much, Joey. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here back with you. Your energy is amazing.
Oh, I thank you.
Today.
You know what? I remember that first show, and I'm just so happy that we're back. Let's have some fun with it again. To all our listeners out there, call in with any questions, comments, concerns you have. She does it all. Again, registered holistic nutritionist, life and performance mindset coach. Any questions you got in that realm, let us know. We are here for the next half hour, everybody. But let's dive in. Francesca, I know today where our main topic, everybody, is pretty much going to be mental health, especially during this COVID-19 period. And it's something that the whole world is going through, and that's clear, right? Because I'm over here in the States, you're up there in Canada. We're all affected by it, especially in our own way. So that's going to be our main topic. But before we dive in, Francesca, I was just hoping that you could just tell our listeners out there who are just joining us or are new to this or might not be familiar with your services, what is Connected Human?
Well, Connected Human is my life that I live, eat, and breathe. It's my passion, and it's something I like to give back to everybody else, helping people eat well, think well, and be well, just connecting them back to themselves, whether you be an employee, an athlete, just, your average mom, your average dad who needs something to look forward to get back to themselves. I want to be able to give everybody that chance to unleash the power of their epicness, because everybody has it in them. They just need the tools to actually learn how to bring it out of them. Because people get stuck in fear, and I want to help them who wants to put in the work and break down those barriers of fear. Because we all can be unleashed and connected.
I think that makes perfect sense, Francesca, and especially you talking about fear. I think the biggest fear we got going on right now kind of goes along with the COVID-19 theory, and that's the fear of uncertainty, right? We have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring, and over here in the States, we're having new orders, new lockdowns, new this, that, and the other thing. So, I mean, stress, anxiety, it's through the roof, which I'm sure that, we're going to talk a little about. But overall, all of these issues kind of play a role in what we're about to talk about, right? Mental health during COVID-19. So let's do it. Let's talk a little about it. And once again, 631-569-4576. Let's hear what you got to say out there while we're live with Ms. Francesca Ortepi. So let's dive in. Let's talk a little about mental health in COVID-19, Francesca.
Yeah. Well, as you know, in the States, as here in Canada, we have all these new restrictions and rules that it's taking a lot of people for a loop, and it's putting a lot of fear and anxiety and pressure on people and, families to just figure out and navigate this new life, because this is something that we're not familiar with. And in turn, it's adding a lot of stressing, a lot of pressures on individuals, creating anxiety and creating depression. And unfortunately, we're not getting out of this anytime soon, so we need to learn tools how to navigate through this. And, that's one thing I teach my clients is, coping mechanisms and breaking outside of that fear and how to understand to deal with yourself going through this process and sort of stand in your own, 2 feet and ground yourself so you actually have support and self-love because, it's so easy to get lost during this whole process with COVID and, the pressures of society and lockdowns and all that stuff, and where we tend to just go outward and lash out or have anxieties and not internalize and self-reflect. So that's where I like to teach people how to do that. And I think it's very important for everybody's sanity because, it comes down to fear. Fear is very strong, and that, branches into depression, anxiety, whether it be substance abuse, alcoholism, sleeplessness. It's A to Z, and, people may think it's one thing and it could be a completely different thing. So that's why I like to talk to my clients to figure out what it is and sort of break things down and sort of help them navigate this situation. Because, like I said, we haven't seen this before. Nor you nor I have ever been in a situation where we're in lockdown. We're seeing code reds and wearing a mask and can't touch anything without a glove. And, it's almost like paranoia, but you almost have to be that paranoid, but to a certain extent. You have to self-soothe at the same time and still protect yourself and your mentality.
Yes, absolutely. And let me ask you, ever since this happened, let's say from March, right? Have you seen an uptick in such, let's say, drugs and alcohol? Because obviously, you are a life and performance mindset coach. So obviously you want everybody to have that right mindset, that positive mindset. And that's why I applaud you in the beginning, Francesca, for doing what you do, because, you're inspiring, you're optimistic, you're proactive. All the things that a coach should be. So, is this something that you've taken a notice to? Even though there's always been issues out there with drugs and 100%. Alcohol, but has it gotten worse in the last couple of months because of all this uncertainty, all this fear that we're talking about?
Completely, it has. So there's been increase. Like the LCBO up here in Canada has, tripled their revenue in certain months just because of how much alcohol they were selling. People are turning to different vices when in turn they should be internalizing. Focus on your body, focus on your health, focus on your nutrition. I look at myself and my husband during lockdown, the first lockdown, and he and I completely went sober. And we stopped drinking and we just worked out every day. And you know what, for our mindset and our mentality, it was the best thing ever. Because if you turn to alcohol, you turn to drugs, it leads to that fear, that darkness, that depression. Alcohol's a depressant. So if you're going to keep consuming alcohol, what is it going to do? It's going to mess with your equilibrium. It's going to mess with your mindset. You're going to be irritable. You're going to be moody for several days after drinking. So that in turn is going to wave. It's going to not go away because you're just going to mask it with more alcohol. And I found speaking to other people and colleagues that they've noticed the same thing. And that's why I always suggest to people, in times like this, it's great to have a glass of wine or a beer or whatever you like to do, but in turn, it's not the smartest. Go for a walk, have a great, yummy, delicious dinner with your family. Do different things instead of turning to vices that can lead down like a dark path. And then that affects others, affects your family members, affects you. It could affect your job. It all depends on the person, and that's where you really don't want to go into those avenues because it's uncontrollable once you get past a point where it's an addiction.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what, too? Come to think of it, obviously drugs and alcohol, I think, is a little worse than what I'm about to say. But, and by the way, I applaud you for that. At least you took the initiative to do some positive stuff with the time being, because a lot of people do the opposite, right? Especially with the fact that you just mentioned, going for a walk, working out, making, just making positive influenced stuff. Because first of all, a lot of people did the opposite, right? They did drugs and alcohol because there wasn't much to do. And also, the gyms were closed down. So, it really limited our possibilities of doing the right. So I applaud you and your husband for that. And, because at least I know you didn't kill each other. A lot of people wound up going crazy, But so that's great to know. But what I wanted to throw in there along with what we're talking about is what about weight gain? For a long time, since March, we were trapped in our house. And what happened? What happened? A lot of us became best friends with our refrigerator.
Yes, 100%. I've seen it. I hear it. The COVID-19 pounds, they call them, I guess.
Yeah, and
it all comes down to what you want. Like, do you want to self-soothe and eat, or do you want to, self-love? It's the difference. It's how you look at the way things are happening in your life and what you want to do to make changes. The thing is, a lot of people are just afraid to make change. So, eating's easy. Eating's comfortable. Not working out is easy. Just hanging out, sitting on the couch and watching, binge watching Netflix for 8 hours is great. But if you're not going to do anything productive to counteract, 3 bags of chips you ate, obviously you're going to pack on the weight during that time you're in lockdown. My biggest thing is, my suggestion to everybody is, yes, I love chips. I love pizza. I'm an advocate for, everything, moderation, including moderation. But you need to put in the work. If you're not going to go out and have a walk and burn those calories and keep your body physically healthy and active, then you are going to gain that weight. And unfortunately, it happened to a lot of people. And now you saw the surplus of gyms once they opened up, and now that they shut down again, people are struggling. But what they don't know is that there's so many things you can do at home. Like, you can do anything at home, full body weight, yoga, YouTube has so many things. Find a trainer online to get an online program. My husband and I own a hockey academy, so people train with us. Fire us a message. Fire me a message. Like, there's all different programs you can do at home. Just don't stay stagnant. That's where the weight gain comes in.
Absolutely. And you know what? For you doing what you do, as a registered holistic nutritionist, that probably would drive you crazy, right? That's probably like the ideal client for you. Like, oh, wait a minute, let me help you with this here. This is what I do. And like that's my weakness. I mean, if I see cheesecake, that's a problem. Okay, that becomes a quick problem with me. But so much of that has happened. Now, let me ask you. It seems to me, now I don't know anything, that's why I'm asking you. So it's like a dual occupation to me, a registered holistic nutritionist, life and performance mindset coach. Now, let me ask you, these two things, they seem separate, but does it help you in the long run, with what you do? Like can you put...
100%.
I was going to say, like, how do you put these two things together?
It is. It's hence the name of my company, Connected Human. Everything that we do is intertwined, mind, body, and soul. Hence my slogans, eat well, think well, be well. You have to be physically, emotionally, and spiritually thriving to be connected, between mind, body, and what you're ingesting. It's not just working out 6 hours a day or, eating one slice of bread and thinking that that's nutritious. It's a full spectrum. You have to put the two together. If you're not eating something right, that could affect your memory. That could affect your moods, and in turn affect other things that's happening in your life. So the two are 1,000% connected, and that's why we're called Connected Human.
Love it. Now, what do you do now? Is this mainly on an individual basis that you work with people, Francesca? Do you do groups? Do you do couples? Do you do families? All of the above. What do you do at Connected Human?
100%. So there's individual packages that are on my website. There's also corporate packages where I do wellness initiatives through their corporations for their companies. And I also train and I do performance and sport performance coaching for athletes. So I have a variety of ways they can reach me and work with me. I have, monthly subscriptions. I have just one-offs if people want to just see if this is legit and, they actually work. And I don't mind. I won't take offense to it because I know it works and they end up coming back, which is always the case. But, I'm open to working with anybody who wants to help themselves. That is the whole key. Once a person commits to helping themselves, that's my passion, and that's where I love to run with things. Because, money is an issue, yes, but we all make sacrifices to get that, new pair of shoes, a new purse, a new that, but they never think how much money it takes to invest in their health and their mental health. So, if you want to really invest in yourself, you have to be serious about it and want to actually put in the time, the money, the effort, because nothing's easy and nothing happens overnight, so you need to put in the work.
That's a great point. And, I want to stick with that by asking you this, especially doing what you do. Two things that are great for everybody is that diet and exercise, right? But when it comes to most people, or even your clients, or in your professional opinion, which one is more difficult, do you think, more people? Do you think it's the dieting or the exercise, or is it maybe a combination of both?
Well, for one, I won't say the word diet, because anything that has the word die in it doesn't go with my whole energy.
Okay.
I think it's a lifestyle change. People need to learn how to shift their minds and shift how to eat. And it's lifestyle and exercise go hand in hand. What we're ingesting and what we're doing to physically move our bodies are the same. You can do a million crunches in the gym and think you're going to get a six-pack, but then eat 3 cheeseburgers after your training session, think it's going to work. That's not going to happen. It's 80% food, 20% exercise. Once people actually understand it.
Yeah, hold on just 1 second. Sorry to cut you off, but it looks like we got a caller coming in. Hold on 1 second.
Awesome.
Hey, caller, thank you for joining us while we're live. We've got Ms. Francesca Kaler with us from Connected Human. Hey, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Anthony. I'm calling from New Jersey. How are you?
What's up, Anthony from New Jersey? It's not New Jersey, it's New Jersey. New Jersey, right? New Jersey. Hey,
that's right, Jersey.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for calling. What's your question for Ms. Kaler?
Do you think improving my overall physical health can positively affect my mental health?
100%. When we exercise, it releases endorphins, and that's like the happy drug that we need in our body. Any type of physical activity is going to increase your mood, your ability to do things differently, and it'll make you change the way you feel about yourself. So I 100% guarantee that it'll improve your mental health.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I tend to turn to food for comfort and overeat, and it makes me feel better in the moment. But afterwards, I feel very down with low energy. So I guess that would be the overall answer. Health.
Of course, that is making. Sorry about that, Anthony. That and making healthy food decisions. So you want to do physical activity, of course, to improve your mental health for sure. That's 1,000% the best thing to do. But you also want to be making sure that you're actually eating healthy, nutritious meals and nutrient-dense meals that are going to fill you up and not just fill you full of sugar or full of fat. That's going to make you feel worse, and it's going to make your body feel lethargic. And then you're just going to counteract what you just did in your exercise. So the key is to making sure you're eating healthy meal plans and getting the right activity to compensate for how you're feeling. I can help you with that. We can talk after the show. You can definitely reach out to me on my website, and we can connect more on that, definitely. I'd love to help you.
Okay. Sure, definitely. We'll do that.
Thanks for calling in, Anthony. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem.
Take care, Anthony. Have a great upcoming holiday, bud. Enjoy.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, that was nice. Hey, and FYI, we still got a couple of minutes for our broadcast, 631-569-4576, like I mentioned. You can call and talk to Miss Kaler while we are still live. Where do we leave off? Were we somewhere, or should we continue?
We can continue.
Okay.
We can jump somewhere else. Where do you want to go?
Well, listen, doing what you do, I could ask you a million different questions, but I'm curious to know, doing what you do as a coach, right? Let's say somebody did come to you with maybe relationship issues, maybe they were heading toward, a divorce of some sort, or maybe things just weren't going well. Do you help couples with things like that as well? Or that's...
Of course.
Oh, you do? You do? Wow.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not, a psychotherapist. I'm a life and performance mindset coach. I'm willing to help anybody who wants to help themselves, whether it's, a marriage, a relationship for themselves. It all starts with you. How do you want to change yourself to either love yourself, to be in that relationship, or learn how to love yourself to walk away from that relationship? It all depends on the situation.
You are amazing, Francesca. To me, I think the better question is, what don't you do? Because it seems like you do it all. You know what? I was just about to ask you another question, but you know what? I'm going to save that one because our phone is blowing up over here. Hold on 1 second.
Amazing. Awesome.
Hey, caller, thank you for joining us while we're live at Business Talk Radio. We got Ms. Francesca Kaler with us from Connected Human. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name is Jacqueline, and I am calling from New York.
What's up, Jacqueline from New York? You're from New York. I'm
Hey,
from New York. New York in the house.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling us.
How are you?
What?
Thanks for calling, Jacqueline.
Yeah, Jacqueline. What you got for us?
I've been actually looking forward to asking you. Do you work with people that are in abusive relationships? Because I'm trying to get the courage to leave, but I'm struggling with insecurity. I don't want to be alone. And I keep making excuses, and I know it's just really hard for me.
This kind of goes along what we were actually literally just talking about. So you came in at a perfect time, Jacqueline. What you got for her, Francesca?
Well, Jacqueline, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for calling in, and thank you for being brave enough to actually voice your feelings and what you're going through on the radio show today. That takes a lot of courage, so I admire that you come to talk to me. Yes, I do help people in any type of relationship. Again, I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm not a licensed registered therapist. But if you do feel any sort of feeling that you're going to be harmed or ill will towards you, I suggest you contact the local authorities and seek professional help. But in turn, if it's just a matter of you trying to build the courage up to leave, if it is unhealthy for you to stay, I do help people with that and building up your security and building up your self-worth, because everybody needs to remember that they have to put their love for themselves. They have to fill their cup of love up first, because you can't love somebody else unless you love yourself. And in order for you to do that, it takes time. It wouldn't happen overnight if you wanted to work together, but, I would be able to give you the tools to be able to either repair your relationship. Maybe there's certain things that are happening because you don't know the circumstances. But if you ultimately need to leave, then I would help you do that as well. But it just comes down to you getting the courage to face your fear of either the unknown or the known, and just embracing it and focusing on self-love for yourself.
Okay.
You can reach out to me after the show on my website and also via email, and we can touch base more if you like. I'm definitely open to speaking with you.
Okay, and what would that be? What would your email be?
You can reach me at info@beconnectedhuman.com. So BEA connectedhuman.com. Or if you go to my website at beaconnectedhuman.com, you can find all the information there how to reach me.
Okay.
And I'll definitely look out for your email, and then we can connect and talk off the air.
Thank you, Francesca. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you calling in, Jacqueline. All the best. You have a great holiday, and keep in touch with Ms. Kaler.
I will. Thanks. Bye-bye.
You got it.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was a real, you're right, Francesca. That was I love getting calls like that, because that means that somebody is really at a point where they're looking for that guidance. They're looking for a certain help. And you know what? It probably takes a lot, too, for someone to do something like that. So, again, kudos to you,
100%.
Jack.
And it's not just women feeling that way. It's men, too. This COVID, it's put a lot of strain on a lot of people. A lot of mental health issues have arose, and a lot of people don't know how to address them or how to navigate through them. So it's really important for people to start reaching out to the necessary people in their community or their doctors, and just get the help they need, because there's no shame in getting help. And that's what I'd always say to everybody, because I'm a coach and I get coached. I love therapy. I'm going to preach it to everybody. I think everybody should do it, and I should do it myself. Because then what of a coach would I be if I didn't, walk the walk?
Right, absolutely. And you know what? We're going to leave it there. With that being said, as we conclude our broadcast, again, everybody, I want to thank the wonderful Francesca Kaler for joining us on another wonderful show. The founder, the CEO. Wow. Okay, you know what? I don't know what to do here. We got another caller coming in. You know what?
Let's get him in.
Let's. All right. Yeah, let's do it. All right. It's Friday.
Hi, Mel.
Hey, hello. Thank you for calling, and you just made it in the skin of your teeth, caller. We were just about to end our broadcast, but thank you. And where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Julia, and I'm calling from Connecticut.
Hey, Julia from Connecticut.
Thank
you. Thank you for joining us. What is your question for Ms. Kaler?
Yes, I'm afraid to go out of the house because of COVID and everything. Because I work from home and I rarely leave the house, but my family is thinks I'm being over dramatic. Can you help me with this issue? I also have a heart condition, so it's really difficult.
Totally, I can totally help you with that, Julia. I feel you, and I am in the same shoes as you because I also have a heart condition, so I know what you're talking about. It definitely was very terrifying on the first lockdown, not being able to go out and staying indoors and going outside with just masks and super gloves. But for you, I would suggest you're not being irrational or being dramatic. Your heart condition is real. Your paranoia is real because if, something like you or I get sick, that's a lot worse than somebody who doesn't have a heart condition. So don't invalidate yourself. Don't invalidate your health issues because those are valid. But I can also say that we need to live in fear, but also not to barricade ourselves in life because of fear. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need to sort of take baby steps. So if you want to just go out, maybe go outside and hang out in the front of your house. Wear gloves, wear a mask, just hang out. Maybe go for a walk around the block. And then slowly but surely start gaining the confidence to maybe go to the store. But I always would suggest wear gloves, wear a mask, make sure you're bringing Lysol wipes or whatever it may be, disinfecting wipes around with you so you're always taking necessary precautions because your health does matter. But I would say you're being irrational or even dramatic because you don't want to leave the house. But I just think for your mental health, it would be good for you to start getting out slowly and surely just to know that it is okay to get out, but just be sure you're careful. We have to get out for our sanity. You can't keep yourself locked up in the room forever. But to protect yourself and your heart condition, you need to just take the necessary steps. As I do. I would go crazy if I couldn't go outside to the store or to Costco or any of that stuff. But I still wear my gloves. I wear double gloves some days. I don't care if people look at me at the side of their eye. I'm doing what I got to do. You worry about you. And that's all you have to think about is that you're doing the stuff that you need to do to protect yourself. And own it. Just own it. Don't worry about what anybody else has to say.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope that helped.
Yes, it did.
I'm glad we were able to get you in. Thank you so much for calling.
Thanks, Julia.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was nice. And again, thank you. I want to say thank you again to our callers out there. You were wonderful. Francesca,
thanks,
guys. Send us off. How can we get in touch with you? And again, everybody, she's the founder and CEO at Connected Human. And she does it all. Everything from being a registered holistic nutritionist all the way to a life and performance mindset coach. She does it all. Francesca, how can we get in touch with you?
You can reach me via email at info@beaconnectedhuman.com, and that's info@beaconnectedhuman.com, or also you can reach me via website at www.beaconnectedhuman.com. You can also reach me on social media at Connected Human, or you can call me or WhatsApp me at 416-844-4060. I'm open for your questions, concerns. Like I said, we're all in this together, and life is tricky, and we have to navigate it, and I'm here to help.
There you have it, everybody. She is everywhere. You can't avoid her, so you might as well join her. She's all over the place. She's got social media. Visit her websites. Visit her website at beaconnectedhuman.com. And again, that's beaconnectedhuman.com. Check out all of those social medias, and you could even email her if you have any questions, comments, or concerns at the same info@beaconnectedhuman.com. Or you can reach out to her and speak to her just like I'm doing. And that's the number that ends in 4060.
You got it.
416-844-4060. The wonderful Francesca Kaler, everybody. Listen, Francesca, thank you for a great show. And I encourage everybody to tune in next week, next Friday, same place, same time, 1:30 p.m., where we will host her once again. And until then, Francesca, have a wonderful upcoming holiday with your family, okay?
Thank you. You too. Have a great day. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and my friends in the States.
Oh, thank you very much. To everybody else, you guys all stick around. It's been a great day. It's only going to get better. Another big thank you to Francesca Kaler. We will be right back after a quick commercial break. You guys don't go anywhere. Stick around on Business Talk Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.